What's up, Tom Spotlight crew? Get ready, because we've got a massive lineup of news that's going to blow your minds. First up, we're diving headfirst into the afterlife with the new film, Eternity, starring Miles Teller and Elizabeth Olsen. What happens when you get to the great beyond and have to choose your eternal paradise? And you can't change your mind? This afterlife rom-com promises charm, but does it overstay its welcome? Next, for all you Yellowstone fans out there, we've got a must-see crime movie from 2017 that's just landed back on Netflix. Before he created the world of Dutton Ranch, Taylor Sheridan wrote and directed Wind River, a gripping neo-Western crime thriller starring two Marvel powerhouses. We'll break down why this intense story of murder and investigation, featuring Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen, is a hidden gem you need to revisit. And speaking of Elizabeth Olsen, the Wanda Maximoff star is making waves not just in the MCU, but in her career choices too. We're exploring the actress who Elizabeth Olsen herself wants to emulate. Find out who this iconic actress is and why Olsen believes she's good in everything she does, as she looks to expand her own diverse filmography beyond the Marvel Universe. Finally, we're circling back to the afterlife with another look at Eternity, this time with a TIFF review that dives into Elizabeth Olsen navigating an impossible choice between two loves in a world where your decision is final. It's a high-concept comedy that asks big questions. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and join the Tom Spotlight community. Eternity Review. Miles Teller and Elizabeth Olsen charm in an afterlife rom-com. Does the afterlife offer endless paradise or a charming trap? Afterlife movies often tame the stakes, but Eternity plunges viewers into a unique concept where the deceased choose their eternal paradise, with no takebacks. The film centers on Larry, played by Miles Teller, who dies choking on a snack and finds himself in a brightly lit afterlife waiting room. There, he's reunited with his wife Joan, portrayed by Elizabeth Olsen, who succumbed to cancer. They're presented with a dizzying array of afterlife zones, from Casino World to Spice World, but the catch is that once you choose, you're locked in. The central conflict arises when Joan reconnects with her first love, Luke Callum Turner, a dashing man who died young in the Korean War and has been waiting 67 years for her. Joan is now faced with an impossible choice: the comfortable, solid love she built with Larry over 60 years, or the passionate, fiery romance she once shared with Luke, representing an alternate life path. The movie explores this love triangle through dates in their preferred eternal destinations, with afterlife coordinators Anna Davin Joy Randolph and Ryan John Early offering conflicting advice. Director David Frayne crafts a visually handsome film, but the narrative struggles to maintain momentum, becoming repetitive despite Olsen's likably addled performance and Teller's relatable charm. Audience impact. While the premise sparks curiosity and Olsen's performance garners praise, audience reactions highlight the film's pacing issues, with many feeling it overstays its welcome and lacks the inventive spark needed to sustain its runtime. Don't switch away just yet, because the afterlife isn't the only place with impossible choices. Next, we're uncovering a gritty crime thriller that fans of Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone absolutely need to see, starring two Marvel favorites. Wind River, a 2017 crime masterpiece you need to stream. Before Yellowstone, Taylor Sheridan delivered a chilling crime thriller starring Marvel's Avengers. Taylor Sheridan's 2017 film, Wind River, is a powerful neo-Western crime drama that tackles a brutal murder on a Native American reservation, serving as a precursor to his later success. This intense film, recently returned to Netflix, stars Jeremy Renner as U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service agent Corey Lambert, who discovers the body of Natalie Hansen, Kelsey Aspill, in the harsh, frozen landscape of the Wind River Indian Reservation. The FBI sends Agent Jane Banner, played by Elizabeth Olsen, to investigate, and they soon realize they're dealing with more than one murder. Renner and Olsen, fresh off their Marvel roles, deliver grounded, human performances that lend gravitas to the serious subject matter. The chemistry between them is palpable, even as they navigate a community wary of outsiders and harboring dark secrets. The film masterfully builds suspense, revealing the events leading up to Natalie's death through a gripping flashback sequence. The narrative excels in showing the obstacles to solving the case, primarily the men who have something to hide, and the tension escalates as Lambert and Banner close in on the truth. Sheridan's direction captures the breathtaking, yet unforgiving beauty of the natural scenery, making it an integral part of the story's atmosphere. Audience impact. Wind River is lauded as one of the best films of 2017, praised for its compelling narrative, stellar performances, and atmospheric direction. Despite its critical acclaim and the presence of stars like Renner and Olsen, its modest box office success means many viewers are only now discovering its brilliance on streaming platforms. And speaking of incredible actresses making impactful choices, get ready to find out which Hollywood legend Elizabeth Olsen herself looks up to. Elizabeth Olsen reveals the actor she aims to emulate. Which legendary actress inspires Marvel's Wanda Maximoff? Elizabeth Olsen, who rose to fame alongside her famous twins, Mary-Kate and Ashley, is looking to diversify her acting portfolio beyond her iconic superhero role. Born into a Hollywood family, Elizabeth Olsen's acting journey began early, with a childhood cameo before a significant return to the screen in 2011. After establishing herself as a formidable talent, she achieved global recognition as Wanda Maximoff in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a role that, while celebrated, has somewhat defined her recent career. Olsen has expressed a desire to explore a wider range of projects, as seen in her recent appearances in the drama His Three Daughters and the sci-fi thriller The Assessment. In a candid interview, Olsen revealed that she deeply respects and is inspired by Kate Winslet's career trajectory. She admires Winslet's ability to make consistently smart choices across diverse genres, citing films like The Holiday, Holy Smoke, Titanic, and Mildred Pierce as examples of Winslet's brilliance. Olsen believes Winslet is really brilliant in everything she does and excels in a variety of roles, from romantic comedies to gritty investigators. This admiration reflects Olsen's own ambitions to continue branching out and showcasing her versatility. Audience impact. Fans are excited to see Olsen follow in Winslet's footsteps, drawing parallels between their talent and adaptability. The revelation has sparked discussions about Olsen's future roles and her potential to achieve similar critical acclaim across different genres. But before Olsen fully branches out, she's navigating a complex celestial dilemma. We're revisiting the afterlife rom-com, Eternity, for a critical look at Joan's impossible choice. TIFF review: Elizabeth Olsen faces an eternal dilemma in Eternity. In the afterlife, choosing your eternal partner is the ultimate test. David Frayn's Eternity presents the afterlife as a cosmic theme park where the recently deceased must make a permanent choice about their eternal companion, a concept that proves challenging for its lead. The film Eternity imagines the afterlife as a vast, hotel-like train terminal where souls, guided by afterlife coordinators like Anna Davin Joy Randolph and Ryan John Early, select their permanent paradise. Larry Miles Teller, who arrived after a fatal pretzel incident, waits for his wife of 60 years, Joan Elizabeth Olsen. When Joan finally arrives, she's immediately confronted by her first love, Luke Callum Turner, who died decades earlier in the Korean War and has patiently awaited her arrival. Joan is now torn between the comfortable, established life she shared with Larry and the passionate, idealized romance represented by Luke, a choice complicated by the fact that there's no changing her mind once made. The narrative explores this love triangle as Joan goes on dates with both men to their preferred eternal destinations, leading to verbal sparring and moments of indecision. While Teller embodies Larry's relatable charm and Olsen struggles admirably with Joan's defining dilemma, the film falters in its execution. The conflict becomes repetitive, losing momentum and failing to explore the unique aesthetic possibilities of its intriguing afterlife setting, ultimately making it feel more like a drawn-out decision than a compelling story. Audience impact. Critics at TIFF noted the film's interesting premise and Olsen's challenging role, but many felt the execution fell short, with the central conflict becoming monotonous and the potential of the afterlife setting largely underutilized. The film's inability to commit fully to its messy prompt was a recurring observation. That's a wrap on our deep dives for today. But stick around for a lightning-fast recap of all our top stories and your full call to action. And that's a wrap on today's Tom Spotlight. We explored the charming but lengthy afterlife rom-com, Eternity, with Miles Teller and Elizabeth Olsen. We revisited Taylor Sheridan's intense crime thriller, Wind River, starring Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen. We learned about Elizabeth Olsen's admiration for Kate Winslet's career choices, and we took another look at Eternity and its impossible choices. If you loved this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe to Tom's Spotlight for more exclusive content, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments which story you found most fascinating, and follow us on all social media platforms for behind-the-scenes action.